Future wrestler.
And our special guest,
Corey Holcomb, who's in the improv all weekend long, and always good to see you, man.
Oh yeah, I'm always glad to come in here with you guys, as I said in the beginning.
I appreciate that. Tell me about the podcast, 5150 Podcast. How long have you been doing it?
Been doing it a while. I don't even know how long. It started out on Jamie Foxx Network.
Oh, really?
When they gave me an opportunity to have my own show.
On Sirius?
Yeah,
on
Sirius.
Yeah.
And then that went away, and I just redid it. Like a couple of years later, I said, I know how to put together a studio and things like that. And I started doing it, and everybody from that audience caught on and started watching me. So it's actually a successful thing. When I go to these comedy clubs, 5150 in the house. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, this worked out.
That's good.
We had last week. We had who was in here last week?
Godfrey, and he mentioned the 5150.
Yeah, Godfrey. You know, Godfrey. I don't know if I told you guys this. He brought me to the comedy club.
No,
in Chicago.
He mentioned it last week.
Did.
You guys were I guess running buddies. You're familiar with because that's part of the conversation we had with Bernie Mac.
That's right. Oh, that's right. You came up with Bernie Mac, didn't you?
I didn't come up with him. I was like new when he started taking off.
Oh, I see.
So right as he left the scene to do bigger things, I was one of the young comics coming up on the scene.
Yeah.
But my Bernie Mac moment was when he, I was the guy everybody knew to be talking about everybody in the crowd sometimes. And one day Bernie Mac walked in the club and everybody was like, "Oh, I thought you're not gonna say that about him." And that was my Bernie Mac moment. No, I didn't say nothing about Bernie. It was like, back then it was like, wow, it's Bernie. You know what I mean? So
now, if he was on crutches, you could have torn him
up. He would have limped in,
bouncing.
He was with this guy named Ahmad Rashad.
Of course.
And he had his wife with him. I'm talking about
Felicia.
Ahmad. Let me see something. Ahmad Rashad walked in.
Yeah.
Right after Bernie walked in, and Ahmad Rashad was with Michael Jordan.
Oh, wow.
My God.
And Michael Jordan was with his wife. And this was something that I just wish the crowd could have seen, because there was a comedian on stage named Mark Reedy. And he played it so perfectly because the front door is right here where everybody walks in. And Mark Reedy knew everybody was looking at Jordan and Ahmad Rashad, and he just started. he was pantomizing, just acting like he wasn't saying nothing until Jordan got seated, and then he went right back into his joke, and everybody was laughing.
That's awesome.
I was like, that was clever.
Yes.
So you know what I'm saying.
Hey, do you get nervous if there's like celebrities in the audience or something like that? Does that make you nervous or
Not at all.
No?
Not at all. One thing about this comedy thing. This is what I was meant to do.
Yeah.
I'm confident on stage, and I'm confident off stage, actually, because I was in this conversation that I like to tell people about with this guy who he dressed like a girl.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even sure if it was a guy at first. I even tried to flirt with him for a second just to see.
Yeah, just to find out. Yeah.
And it is a guy.
Yeah.
And this was so amazing to me because we know this other comedian from Chicago who dresses like a girl, and but he has a family. He has a girlfriend and 3 boys. So
he just dresses in drag. He just likes to...
No, he doesn't just dress in drag. He indulges in that lifestyle.
Okay.
But this guy who I was talking to was telling me about, there's a difference between me and him. And I was just like, what is the difference? He was like, he dresses like that, but then he goes back into his life with his family. He was like, I'm always like this. And he got mad at me because I said, so you never stop pretending. And his mouth dropped and he was so hurt. But I was like, okay, I know this is sensitive to this guy, which I can't believe is sensitive to this guy.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's the world we live in.
Yeah.
And I was amazed to know that some people think like that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think like that.
Yeah.
And I was explaining to him back when I was younger, and I was on the ignorant level, I would not be even able to have a conversation with you about this.
No, yeah.
But I'm fascinated to hear the way you think.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I make a joke out of everything.
Oh, yeah. He's probably the one that got you kicked off Twitter.
Flag that.
Hey, so people tell me to ask you about why you think you could never be monogamous. Is that accurate? Is that something you actually said or not?
I've never been monogamous, man. I'm 50 years old.
Yeah.
And, it's like, it's time for me to stop pretending. I can't imagine a scenario where I would be able to pull that off because, yo, let me tell you something. I travel all around the country all year. There are so many beautiful women in this world, and I have the $150 to $200 to offer them. That's about how much it normally costs. $150 to $200. There are some women out there with higher standards. I'm not knocking you ladies that make me pull out a little more, but I'm just saying, on average, I'm gonna find the poverty area and I'm gonna work my $150, $200. This is not meant to be disrespectful to nobody.
No, what's the longest relationship you ever been in?
What? I'm still married.
Oh yeah, you guys are missing it. He told us this last time. He still has his lady.
She doesn't. We don't mess around anymore. Me and my wife,
that's what I thought.
We're trying to be friends after all the paperwork is done. You know what I mean? I think.
Because I noticed you weren't wearing your wedding ring, and I think you might have been last time we saw you. So
no, I don't. The wedding ring game, I lost so many of them that she gave up. That's what you have to do. I know it's expensive, but sometimes you gotta sacrifice. After about the fifth one, they're just like,
So let's go deeper. Did your parents have a long relationship? Like, there's a root, there's a reason that you think like that or that you are like that. Doesn't mean you're wrong or right or whatever. I personally am not like that. There's other people that
of course you're not. You're on air.
Yeah, no. I'm a very. I get it. No, but and I'm real.
I did this to Charlemagne.
Yeah.
You know what I did?
Black men don't cheat, right?
Right. Yeah.
I know Charlemagne. I know Charlemagne. No, but on the real, like, what is the root of that? Did your parents not stay together? Did you never see a successful relationship? There's always a root to every belief, and that's ultimately a belief, because you're a strong, disciplined guy. You've become successful in comedy. That's not an easy thing to do. You got to go day in, day out writing stuff. What do you think? And like I said, I'm not sitting here going, you need to be monogamous because that ain't never going to change you. But what do you think the root is of that?
I think that I was born this way. Just like that guy who is always in costume. I think he was born that way.
Yeah.
I just have I have tried to be Mr. Okay, I'm just going to be with you, lady.
Yeah.
It's never worked.
Yeah.
And it's not because I've been around people who aren't great.
Yeah.
It's just I have a hunting gene that
a lot of people have that, but they curb it because
How?
Hey, Jeff's in the same boat. He's always been a guy.
I've always been that way.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to take a little bit of break. Can you stay for another segment?
Of course.
All right, don't go anywhere.
It's getting deep.
We got Corey Holcomb here. You can see him at the Improv all weekend long, and his podcast is 5150 Podcast. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Mantra of the Morning.